have studied graphing of the histogram and bar graph, right? So here,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So here we will, in this chapter, we will be representing the data using histogram and Ogai curve. Okay. So we don't have a frequency polygon graph which you have studied last year. So this year you will be having only histogram and Ogai curve. So questions will be based on these two. Now histogram question will be for 4 marks, where you have to represent the data and find out the mode. And Ogai curve question, that graph question comes for 6 marks, where you have to find out median, upper quartile, lower quartile, or the questions related to it. So these two questions are fixed, and these are scoring graphs. So these two graphs are always there, fixed questions these are. So I hope you all are familiar with the terms which are there in the representation of these graphs, like frequency distribution, class interval, upper limit, lower limit. Yes. Yeah. So a few of them which you have learned previously are frequency. Now frequency means the number of times any observation is occurring. The number of times an observation occurs is called as frequency. For example, in a given data, say if the number 3 is repeating 5 times, then we can see that frequency of the number 3 is 5, right? Then we have class interval. Class interval is a group of data, I mean the range in which we write down the group of data given to us. Then we have class limits. Class limit means the boundaries of the two class intervals given. For example, if I say 0 to 10, so the class interval is between 0 and 10, and class limit will be 10, right? Where 0 is called as lower quartile and 10 is called 0 is called as lower limit and 10 is called as upper limit. Then you all have already learned what is class size. Class size will be upper limit minus lower limit. And class mark. Class mark means the middle term or the average. That
The half of lower limit plus upper limit.
Yes, that is the middle term. That is sum of upper limit and lower limit divided by 2. Mean or average is the class mark, class size. Class mark. Then we have class size. Class size is difference between the upper limit and lower limit. So these things you are familiar with. You all have also learned cumulative frequency. That is sum of
Yes, ma'am.
frequency. Sum of frequencies of the previous classes. We go on adding the previous class frequencies. That gives us cumulative frequency. So shall we start with the exercise? I guess you are familiar with these things. We will first see histogram. Now, uh, can you tell me which type of graph you all have used? I mean, is it 1 centimeter graph or 2 centimeter graph you all have used?
Centimeter.
Yes?
Centimeter graph.
1 centimeter graph. Okay. Okay, so this is the graph you all have used, right? This is the graph you all have used. But in your board exams, you will not be given this graph. the graph which you will be given is of 2 centimeter. I'll just show you all that. Yes. So this is the graph which you will be given in your board exams. And you'll have to use this graph. That is 2 centimeter graph. This is the only difference. The only difference is this is 2 centimeter graph. It has got 10 horizontal and 10 vertical lines. So this is a fixed graph which you get from in the boards. So we have to fit in into these only. So now presently you all can use the 1 centimeter graph itself, but you'll have to practice using this 2 centimeter graph later on. If you'll get it in the market, well, fine, or else I have few copies which I will I can PDF, I can send you the PDF. You can take print and you can use that for practice. Okay, so first just check out if you'll get it. If not, then I will surely send you all. Okay, so we will start with drawing of representing of the histogram. The first question. I hope everyone has graphs with your. Okay, so I'll do it on the 1 centimeter graph itself. Okay, so exercise 24. Page number 336. The first question. They have told to draw a histogram to represent the following data, where they have given you marks from starting from 0 till 60 with the class interval of 10. So 0 to 10, 10 to 20 is the class interval given, and then they have given us the number of students, that is the frequency. So as we can see, the highest frequency over here is 20, right? So we have to see to it that we fit in till frequency 20. So what can be the scale you will be taking over here on y-axis for the frequency? So this is y, and this is x. Scale, what will be the scale? Once x-axis and y-axis, you have to write the scale. That is also important. That fetches you 1 mark. You should always write down the scale for x-axis and y-axis. Now x-axis, we have to write down the class interval from 0 to 60. So I can take here 1 centimeter is equal to 10 marks. Okay, so then the origin is 0, then we can mark here 10, 20, so on till 60. Right? Then we have y-axis. On y-axis we have to fit in till 20. So here we can go with 1 centimeter is equal to 4 students. Okay, so here we have 4, 8, 12, 16 and 20. Now here first we should know the value of each division in the box. Now this in 1 centimeter box we have 10 divisions, right? And here on y-axis the difference is 4. So each value, each line in the box, the value of that we have to find out. That we find out by, now here on y-axis the difference is 4. So 4 divided by the number of divisions in each box, that is 10. So that will give us 0.4. It means that the value of each division in the 1 centimeter box is 0.4. So the first line after origin, this line will be 0.4. Then the second line will be 0.8. Third line will be 1.2. Fourth line will be 1.6. And this fifth dark line will be 2.0. This will be 2.0. Then sixth line will be 2.4. Then we have 2.8, 3.2, 3.6 and then 4.0 or 4. So this is how we read out the division, value of each division. Okay. So this helps us if we have values in decimals. Now here we will be marking the rectangles for each class interval. Now marks obtained between 0 and 10 is 4. So 0 and 10 is 4. So you have to draw a rectangle between 0 and 4, a 10. Next we have 10 to 20. So 10 to 20 is 7. So 10 to 20. Now we have to extend the same line till 7. Now as we know, this is 4 and this is 8. So this line is 6. Then we want the value 7. So after 6, the first line will be 6.4, second will be 6.8 and third will be 7.2. So the line will be somewhere between 8th and 7th and 8th line. So you have to draw between that. It will be over here. Right? So it is very difficult to do it in 1 centimeter. That is why we have 2 centimeter graph where the divisions are much more clearer. This will be 10 to 20. Then we have 20 to 30, that is 12. So 20 to 30 is 12. This will be 12. 30 to 40 is 20. This will be 20. Then we have 40 to 50, that is 9. So now this is 8 and this is 12. So here we have 10. So the two middle between center between 8 and 10 will be 9. That is between the third and second and third line. So it will be somewhere here. Then we have 50 to 60, that is 2. So this is the required histogram. Any doubts in this? Okay. Now, the first one they had given, we saw that the class interval given are continuous. Now, as we can see in the question number 3, we can see that the class intervals are not continuous. So, what do we do when the class intervals are not continuous? Now, whenever the class intervals are not continuous, when it is not continuous, we have to first make the class intervals continuous. Now, as we can see in question number 3, the class interval is 5 to 12, then 13 to 20, 21 to 28, and so on, right? So, we can see the upper limit of the first class interval and the lower limit of the second class interval are not continuous or not equal. So there first we have to make them continuous. And we can see the class interval. First one is 5 to 12. Then we have 13 to 20 and so on, right? So here first we have to make them continuous. To make them continuous, what we do is we will add the upper limit of the first class interval and lower limit of the second class interval and divide by 2. So that will be 12 plus 13 upon 2. Sorry, not addition, it is subtraction.
Subtracted, no?
Subtraction. Sorry. Subtracting the limits. So it will be 13 minus 12 divided by 2. So 13 minus 12 is 1. 1 by 2, that is 0.5. Now we have to adjust the class intervals by adding and subtracting 0.5. So what we do is for the lower limit, we subtract this value, so 0.5, and for the upper limit we will add this value. So the new class intervals will be 5 minus 0.5, that is 4.5, to 12 plus 0.5, that is 12.5. So this will be the first new class interval. Next here 13 minus 0.5 will give us 12.5, 2, and this side we add. So 20 plus 0.5 will give you 20.5, and so on. You have to do it for the remaining class intervals. By doing this, what we did, we made the class intervals continuous, which were not continuous in the previous this. Getting it? Okay. So only this is the difference what we do. After that we have to plot this class intervals, these continuous class intervals, and draw the histogram as we did in the previous one. We'll continue in the next class. Okay, I have third period also. So I'll continue this question in the next class, third class.
Ma'am, which subject is next?
Uh, Mostly Tanuja ma'am is taking chemistry.
Ma'am, have a nice day.
So we were seeing how to make the class intervals continuous, right? So these are the given class intervals. Yes, question number 3. These are the given class intervals. We have to first make the class intervals continuous, right? So what we did is we took the upper limit of first class interval and lower limit of second class interval. Then what we do? We subtract that and divide by 2. So we get 1 upon 2, that is 0.5. So what we do? We have to add and subtract this 0.5 in the given class intervals. So for the lower limit we have to subtract, and for the upper limit we have to add this value. So the required class intervals now, 5 will become 5 minus 0.5, so that becomes 4.52, and upper limit we have to add, so it becomes 12.5. Similarly the second one, 13 will be 12.5 and 20 will be 20.5. Similarly 21 will be 20.5 and then 28.5. So 29 minus 0.5, that is 28.5, and 36 plus 0.5, so 36.5. Then here again we'll have 36.5 to 44.5 and 44.5 to 52.5. Now since in the histogram the values have to be continuous, class intervals have to be continuous, that is why first we converted the class intervals into continuous one. Now we have to graph the class intervals and frequency on the graph. So x-axis will be the class interval and y-axis will be the frequency. Now as we can see, we have to start with 4.5, right? So the first value after the origin will be 4.5. Then we'll have 12.5, 20.5, 28.5, then 36.5, 44.5 and 52.5. Now we have to write down the scale, right? So for x-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to. Now as we can see, the difference between the numbers over here is 8. So I write 1 centimeter is equal to 8 units. Okay, so that will be the scale for x-axis. Now we will move on to y-axis. Now on y-axis, we can see that the frequency highest value of frequency is 26. So we have to have values till 26. So here what I will do is we will have the same scale as we had in the previous graph. So I'll take it as 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 and 26. These are the values, sorry, 28, 28 and 32. Okay, so these are the values. Okay, now here we can see that the difference on on y-axis we can see each value difference is 4. Now from origin, as we can see, the difference is always 4. See, from 0 to 4 difference is 4, 4 to 8 difference is 4. So in each these values the difference is 4. But the same thing when I see on the y-axis, sorry, on x-axis, we can see from origin the difference between the first block is how much? 4.5, right? And then you can see further the difference is 8, that is between 4.5 to 2.5 we have 8, 12.5 to 20.58. So from second block the difference is equal, that is 8, but for the first block the difference is not equal. So whenever the difference is not equal at the starting, we have to always show a two parallel lines, or you can say it is a break. You have to show a break in the graph, saying that the values after the break are continuous. That is used whenever the difference is not same in all the blocks. Yes, yes, Gautam, that is okay. So this is also important. This is used whenever the difference is not equal. Okay. Now we have already marked the x and y axis. Now what we have to do is we have to draw the histogram. Now we can see first class interval is 4.5 to 12.5 and the frequency is 4. So draw a rectangle of height 4. Right? Okay. Next. 12.5 to 20.5. We have 12. So this will be 12. The height of the rectangle should be 12. Okay. Next, frequency is 26. So 20.5 to 28.5. 26. Then 28.5 to 36.5 we have 15. So as we can see, the mid value between 12 and 16 is 14. And the midpoint between 14 and 16 will be 15. So it will be the value between the line between 7th and 8th. So this will be the value. Okay. Next, 36.5 to 44.5. The value is 6. So this height will be 6. And then the last one is 44.5 to 52.5. That is 18. So here between midway between 16 and 20 is it is 18. So this will be 18. I hope you have understood how to draw an histogram. Gautam, you had some doubt in question number 2. Yes, tell me. Gautam, any doubt? No, on x-axis you have to take the values 150, 200, 250, 300. So there the difference will be 50. Okay, you're talking about solved example. Yes. So solved example second one, no? So the axis given, scale given is wrong over there. It has to be 5. The difference is 5, no? So it is not 10 kg. You have to write it as 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kg. So there is a misprint over there. Okay. So next is one more different type of question to draw an histogram. That is question number 5 you can see. Now in question number 5, instead of class interval, they have given us class mark. Yes, as you can see it is class mark and not class interval. So whenever we have class mark, first we have to find out the class intervals. Okay, now this is question number 5 where class marks are given and not class intervals. So before drawing the histogram here, Now can you hear me? Okay, fine. Now here we can see that class mark is given instead of class interval. So whenever class marks are given, first we have to find out the class intervals. Okay, so we have to make one more column where we'll be finding out class intervals. Now to find out class interval, what we have to do is we have to first subtract the corresponding class marks. That is 160 minus 150. So here the difference we get is 10. So this difference 10 has to be divided by 2. Yes, we got 2. So we get the value as 5. So difference divided by 2, value is 5. Now as we did in continuous to find out continuous class intervals, similar way for to find out class intervals we have to add 5 and subtract 5 to find out the class intervals. Now since the class mark is 50, so to find out lower limit we have to subtract 5, and to find out upper limit we have to add 5. So we get 150 minus 5 will be 145, and then 150 plus 5 will give you 155. So this is how we find out the upper and lower limit. Similarly, you have to do it for each and every class mark. So we get it as 155 to 165. Then 165 to 175. Then 175 to 185. 185 to 195. And then 195 to 205. So we got class intervals. Now what we do is we have to draw the histogram for these class intervals and the frequencies. So you all will be able to do the histogram further. Okay. So for this histogram, you all draw it. Okay. Now next, moving on. As you can see, question number 6, 7, 8. These questions are related to frequency polygon. Okay. So frequency polygon is not in our 10th syllabus. So these questions will not be solved. So we need not solve these questions. So you can strike off question number 6, 7 and 8 as it is not in our syllabus. 8, 9 also, where they have again asked frequency polygon. So question number 6, 7, 8, 9 is out of our syllabus. So we will be not doing it. Yes, the second graph is a ogive curve. Ogive is there, that comes for 6 marks. Histogram comes for 4 marks and ogive comes for 6 marks. Okay, so these two graphs we have. So next, moving on to ogive curve. Now to draw the ogive curve, we have to always find out cumulative frequency over there. Okay, so now here class intervals are given and frequencies. Okay, so these are the class intervals given and the frequencies are given. Okay, so here we can see they have given us the class intervals and frequencies where we have to draw an ogive, right? So to draw ogive, first we have to always find out cumulative frequency, CF. Okay, so first we will find out cumulative frequency. Now to find out cumulative frequency, what we do is we go on adding the frequencies. It is for 6 marks, Sadanand. Okay, so the first frequency we have to write as it is in the cumulative frequency column. Now we have to go on adding the corresponding frequencies. Now next will be 16 plus 25. This answer should be written over here. So 16 plus 25 will give us 41. Then we have to add next frequency. 41 plus 40 will give us 81. Next 81 plus 32 will give us 113. Then 113 plus 18 131. 131 plus 27 158. And then 158 plus 9 167, right? So these are the cumulative frequency. Now on the graph we have to mark the class interval and cumulative frequency. Yes. So this is the graph which we have to plot. Now cumulative frequency will always be on y-axis and class interval on x-axis. Okay. Now here we can see the values on x-axis. We are going to start directly from 400. So you have to show a break over here. Right? And then the values will be starting from 400. So 400, 450, 500, 550, so on till 750. Okay, so this will be the values on x-axis. Next, you can see the graph. You can see the graph, right? Okay. Now here we can see the values are till 167. So what we can do is we will take difference as 20 over here. So 20, 40, 60 and so on. Okay. Now here this will be y-axis. Now we as it is write down the scale. Now on x-axis we can see the difference is 50. So for x-axis we will write 1 centimeter is equal to 50 units. Okay. And on y-axis we can see that the difference is 20. So here we write 1 centimeter is equal to 20 units. Now before moving on further, we will see what is the value of each division on y-axis. Now we can see that the difference is 20. So 20 divided by, we have 10 divisions, so divided by 10. So that is equal to 2. It means that the value of each division is 2. That is, now if this is 20, the first division will be 22, then 24, 26, 28 and so on. Okay. Now to graph, what we have to do is we have to always take the upper limit of the class interval and the cumulative frequency. Okay. So this upper limit and the cumulative frequency has to be marked. So as we can see here, 450 on x-axis and 16 on y-axis you have to mark. So this is 450 and then 16. Now as we can see, this is 10. Okay, this is 10. Then we have 12, 14 and 16. So this point will be 60. So this will be the first point we plot. Similarly, we have to mark 541. So next is 541. So between the 40 and the first line. Then we have 550 and 81. So 550 and 81. Then 600 and 113. So here we have 600, 113. Now this is 100. This center is 110. So the first line is 112. Okay, 112. And then in the center here, I will mark it as 113. Okay, now next is 650 and 131. So we have 650 here. Now this is 120, this is 130, mid of 120 and 140. So a bit above that. This becomes 131. Then we have 700 and 158. So 700 and 1, this is 150. So first this will be 152, 154, 156 and 158. So this point will be 158. And the last one is 750 and 167. So 750, now this is 160. First line will be 162, 164, 166 and 168. So center between them is 168, right? Yes. Once we mark this, you have to see the lowest class interval, that is 400, right? So that 400, the graph should start with the lowest class interval, that is 400. Yes. So we have to start this also, you have to mark. And then from here you have to draw the curve. So this will be your ogive curve. I hope you all have understood this. Okay. So you all can question number 11, they have said less than, right? So there what we have to do is we have to write the class intervals as 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on. Okay. So you all can try out these ogive curves and histograms. So in ogive also you have to make the class intervals continuous and then mark it. Okay. And if you all have done with this, Gautam, you'll get a message when you are the day you all will be getting the fair books. Okay.
Ma'am, notice has already come, ma'am. Class-wise, whenever we have to collect the books.
Okay.
From pre-primary to 10th, means 1 class should come on 1 dates. Or it is given in the notice, ma'am.
So they have given you all the dates.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Gautam, just check with.
Ma'am, which all classes should come in which all days they have sent, ma'am.
Okay.
Friday we should collect, ma'am.
Okay, Gautam, just check with them. We'll continue tomorrow with the next chapter if you all don't have any doubts in this. Okay. Okay.